to Money Medics. So we are an infotainment platform where we talk about all things money management, but from a lifestyle perspective.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. You guys have made it. You know, you're coming with the mama mentality, you know, rest in peace Kobe Bryant, but this is a new chapter in your life. And I know it's gonna sound really, really scary, but you can do it. And we're gonna give you as much guidance as we can in this video.
So class of 2020, if you're wondering, why should I even listen to them? Why should I take any suggestions from them? Well, I mean, I've kind of gone through it as well. So I went from working in retail to now currently working in one of the fastest growing health tech companies in the world. And even Nick, you've got your own experience.
Yeah, so if you're wondering, I used to work in a cycling shop. I joined a Big Four, and I guess I'm in that career point in my life whereby I always like to earn six figures, you know, and the steps you need to take to get to that career point. So get ready, class of 2020. We're going to be spilling the tea on what you need to do to prepare in this current environment. So
we have put some tips together to make the transition from school to work as smooth as possible. But before we go into those tips, we just need to say three quick things. You are not defined by your degree.
100%.
So that means that just because you studied in a particular area, that doesn't mean that you are confined to that particular area. For example, Nick, you studied...
Case in point, I studied law, I went into consulting, then I went to investment banking.
Exactly, and even myself, I studied pharmacy, and now I'm doing Money Medics, which is finance related. So you do not have to feel like just because you studied that particular degree, you have to work in that particular area. Work in whichever area that you like. The thing is with a degree is that it teaches you so many different skills that you can transfer into any sector.
You are more than your employment status. Just because you haven't been able to get onto a grad scheme or secure a job immediately, it doesn't mean anything. I can tell you guys from experience, I joined the company when I first started my career quite late. I didn't have a graduate scheme waiting for me when I graduated, and a lot of people don't know that. So don't be put off by the fact that you may not have an opportunity now. This is an opportunity to create opportunities, you know, and we're going to go through that during the video.
Exactly. So tip number 3, be passionate but be practical. So your current job may not actually fill your passion, but you have to be strategic with it. So for example, if you happen to study something that allows you to have a definite guaranteed job this summer, it might be wise to take it, even if it doesn't necessarily fill your passion at the moment. And then maybe you can fulfill your passions using a side hobby, maybe for the sake of financial stability. And then eventually you get to a point whereby your passion is earning you enough money that it can become your main hustle. So be strategic with the choices that you make right now.
So guys, I'm sure you guys are aware, you know, with COVID-19, there's been unemployment rates, companies are going under, certain companies are pushing back their start dates or withdrawing some of their offers. But we're here to tell you that there are still opportunities to be had in this environment. Something one of my mentors used to tell me is that in uncertainty, there's always opportunity. So we really do hope that you take a lot from this video based on our own experiences.
So here are the 5 main tips on how to make this transition as smooth as possible. So first of all work experience matters. So do not turn down an opportunity just because you feel like this is not what you expect to get into. So for example, I used to work in retail, and before I worked in retail, I was so shy, so introverted, still a bit introverted, you know, but so antisocial, didn't want to talk to anyone. I was just so shy. But through working there, I gained so much self-confidence. I gained really great managerial skills. I learned how to motivate a team. I learned how to use my initiative. And then when I was applying for my next role, all of that experience is probably the reason why I actually got my next job. It actually is the reason why I got my next job, because I learned so much from it.
And for me, I used to work in retail before. I think people underestimate how the valuable skills you pick up in a retail job. So I worked in a cycling shop, as I said before, and I use the opportunity to build relationships with people, professionals. So I'm sure you guys know, like when it comes to road bikes and stuff, a lot of professionals use cycling as an alternative to golf sometimes. And when I
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's quite a big deal. And I would quickly identify a particular customer when I was taking their details, and we would network and talk about what the profession, etc. And through there, I managed to get valuable mentors. So you may not think of it on first hand that someone could pick up relationships from working in a cycling shop, but I did. So you'd be surprised the skills and the experience you can pick up for any job role you take during this period. And then secondly, don't fixate on the things that don't work out. As I mentioned before, I studied law. I applied for a dozen firms. I got rejected initially on the training contract stage. I managed to get onto the interview stage. I got rejected, and I'm here today, happily married, doing Money Medics. So don't fixate on the losses, you know, don't take your losses to heart.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you should give up. So if you feel like this is something is genuinely your passion, then pursue it. But another good example would be the guy that owns Alibaba. Didn't he apply for, I don't know, Harvard or one of those really good universities, like I think like 60 times or something. And then after he was like, let me just start my own company. And now he's a bloody millionaire, mate.
Billionaire.
Billionaire, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Now he's a billionaire.
And, and just to tell you, like, from having friends that are lawyers, I think the thing about training contracts, and this is UK specific, is that the reality is that if you continue to apply, you will get it. It's just that, well, people kind of, they change or they pivot. But so I'm just saying that I don't want to use the word that I gave up. I kind of just changed my trajectory that, you know what, maybe this isn't for me and I want to do something else. But if you keep at it, I'm telling you, you will break through and you will get the opportunity that you want. So,
network. This is so important, especially in this day and age. Like, you really do have to find a way to give yourself that advantage in comparison to your peers. I'm sorry to say this, but a great way to do this is your LinkedIn. Update your LinkedIn, write up all your skills and network on LinkedIn. So connect with people that are in industries that you want to go into, and be brave. Like, message people, ask them out for a coffee. Again, I'm a natural introvert, so I'm such a homebody. I don't really like to leave the house unless it's absolutely necessary. But through LinkedIn, I've met different types of people. I've gone out for coffee and I've really put myself out there, which is so unlike me. And I've gained so much from it. So you definitely, you do have to network.
And class of 2020, if you have an Instagram profile, you need a LinkedIn profile as well. I cannot tell you, the same way they tell you shoot your shot in LinkedIn.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you from experience. I've been aired sometimes, but it doesn't stop me. I keep on going. I keep on DMing people. I keep on reaching out. I keep on being proactive. So use LinkedIn as a tool to help you push forward your endeavors. You know, you'd just be surprised. You're one connection away from that opportunity. So another thing, guys, you need to know how to sell yourself. I don't know, you guys must be thinking that I'm quite an extroverted person, but at heart I'm an introvert.
No, he's not.
You may not believe me.
No, he's not.
But I guess over time I've learned how to sell myself, and it's kind of making sure there's a borderline between arrogance and confidence, but it's about knowing your self-worth. You've graduated, you've picked up a particular skill set, you've picked up a particular set of knowledge that not a lot of people have, and now you just have to think about how do you translate that into when you meet new people. What I like to use that's helped me in the past is if you go to www.mergers and inquisitions, there's always a template that tells you how to tell your story and put together an elevator pitch as to who you are, where you come from, and your three strengths. And that's what's just kind of helped me put together a neat framework. So when I meet someone for the first time, I tell them my strengths, where I'm coming from, and what I like to achieve, and it works a dime. So that's what I would say in knowing how to sell yourself, knowing your worth, and just knowing how to tell your story.
And if you're not too sure what your strengths are, ask your friends. A lot of the people around you know what you're good at. So ask them, like, oh, friend, name three things that I'm really good at. Yeah, and use the people around you to kind of boost you up, you know? Do not underestimate your digital advantage. So at the moment, because of uncertainty, some companies may not be as comfortable hiring a permanent worker. So some of them are looking for freelancers. In addition, a lot of people have actually been transitioning from employed to self-employed. So they're looking to grow their digital network. And this is where you come in, because do you know which generation have the most digital knowledge? Yes?
You guys.
Yours, exactly. You guys have been brought up with the internet. I think I vaguely remember maybe like 3 years of my life where there was no internet. Yeah.
The dial-up code.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys are like digital experts, and you don't even realize you have social networks, and you grow social networks. And do you know who doesn't know how to do that? Many of these big businesses. So use these skills, like recognize these skills and use them. And this is a great opportunity to freelance. So again, go onto LinkedIn, create an Instagram profile, figure out what your skills are and sell them. Because mate, people, these companies, these $1 million companies are looking for people just like you.
And I'm telling you guys, whenever I go for like graduate recruitment or recruitment events, I can tell you, your generation is the most entrepreneurial generation there is, you know, in terms of, you hear stories of people setting up businesses at uni, doing graphic design or doing some sort of side hustle. So you'd be surprised, guys, the skills you think are just so easy to come by, a lot of people don't have those, you know? So even if it's a case of reaching out to a company that you've seen on Instagram or you've seen on LinkedIn and say, hey, let me manage your Instagram account, let me help you grow your following, or let me help set up MailChimp or run some ads or whatever. You have those skills, and those skills come naturally to class of 2020.
And people are willing to pay for those skills as well. So overall, this is a time for innovation. Just take comfort in knowing that companies like Uber, Airbnb, they were formed during the 2008 financial crisis. So don't worry, everything is possible.
Guys, we're here to help. We're here to give as much knowledge as you want from us. But yeah, take solace in the fact that a new breed of companies is going to emerge from this pandemic, and be part of that innovation, you know. Like I said before, and I said in the very beginning, if the opportunities aren't there, create your own opportunities. I'm telling you, we live in a paradigm, we live in a world whereby if you have an issue, YouTube it, Google it, Instagram it, or go on TikTok, you know, so many different things. So use this innovation, and don't be disheartened or dissuaded if you don't get a job immediately. Like I said before, we're here to help. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, press the notification bell and all that good stuff,
and share.
And share as well. Share the knowledge. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.